Now I'm going to do a really quick video on exporting audio in BITWIG Studio. So exporting audio, you have your song done, you want other people to hear it. The export audio window is in File, Export Audio. And most of the time what you're going to want to do is select arrangement for the full length of your song. Make sure wave is selected and click on the project master in tracks. Click OK, select where you want it to go, and that's it. But there are some more details, so here I'll go into them. When you bring up this window, if you have a time selection like this, it will set that time selection as what it renders. So make sure that you are rendering what you want of your song. If you push arrangement, that's going to default to the whole range, that there are any clips. So also something to keep in mind is if, say, you have your song over here, but you have some old stuff that you forgot about over here that isn't finished or might even not have any notes in it, it's going to render all this space, all this empty space, all the way to the end here. So make sure if you select arrangement that you know what's going to be rendered. And by the same token, make sure you don't have a time selection just selecting a short section of your song that doesn't have everything in it. When you do press OK, it's going to render a file in one of these formats. You can choose multiple formats. So WAVE is the industry standard. That's full quality lossless audio. FLAC is a lossless compression format. So in the end, it sounds just like WAVE and it's smaller, but it takes some extra CPU to make and to decode. It can be very useful because it's smaller, but it isn't supported in every case that WAVE is supported. WAVE is your safest bet. These last three are lossy compression types, meaning you can use them to share with people. You should not use them for your final renders because they will not be the full quality. These two are open source formats, and this is MP3. Everyone knows MP3. The final thing to know about the export window, apart from it has a couple options here, whether it's real time, so that's if you have real offline effects, some outboard equipment. Dither, it's safe to just leave that on. Pre-fader, that would only be for specific cases. Open target folder when done, that's helpful. So I would usually check that. And in this track section here, it's by default, if we have nothing selected, it's going to render this master track. So the master track is the track that all the other tracks in our project send to. So that's going to be most of the time what we want to render, because that's what we hear when we're working on our song. But if you select tracks like this in here, or if you hold shift and make selections, it's going to export those tracks as individual audio files for this time range selected here. So if you were exporting for someone else to mix your song, say, or if you're exporting stems for a live performance, you can choose multiple things. And then the last thing to remember is if you have other tracks selected here, it's only going to export the master if you click it. So if nothing's selected, it just selects the master. But once you click something, it only renders the things that you select. I'm going to select tracks, select OK, and it's going to ask me where in BITWIG vids. Sure, it did export them, and there they are.